Yeah, thank you, Aurora, for making this possible.
Thank you.
You're born in Finland, in Lappeenranta.
Yes,
Is that
that's
correct? Yeah. Can you please describe this place for me? What you like there, or maybe don't like there?
I like the city a lot. Lappeenranta, my hometown, for 18 years, 19 years. And I was living in the same house for 18 years, and we still have the same house, so it's really important for me. Lappeenranta, even though it's quite small city, I would say it's maybe around 80,000 people. It's pretty good in a cultural way. There's a music institute. There's also a band school, and there's a dance school and art school. So you can do a lot, and there's a lot of exhibitions and galleries, etc. So in that way, it's really important place for me. And also it's a student city, so there's also a lot of young people around. And probably the most important thing is that we are near the biggest lake in Finland, Lake Saimaa. And we have our own small harbor. So those are the things I love. I can't really say things that I wouldn't like. It's my home.
So you just accept what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I think in the age of 5 years you started playing piano because your parents sent you to a music school, right? You didn't have really a choice.
Yeah. It was a private teacher at her home. And they saw that I was interested in piano. We had a piano at home, which I was playing, and so probably they wanted to give it a shot if I would actually want to go to the lessons. As I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So and you started with classical music, but later on you switched to pop and rock and even jazz music. Can you tell me what made you switch?
Well, I did classical music up until I was 19, and also after that some classical piano lessons, private piano lessons. But the rock, pop and a little bit of hint of jazz I also found when I was around 17, 18. And the thing that I really liked was that you made that music with other people, that with other young people. You made a band and you could improvise, and it wasn't written, and it was more open in a way, and there was a lot more to choose from. So I didn't hate classical music, or I didn't really find it boring, but there was just so much new stuff coming from those other genres. So.
Okay. Well, I think playing the piano sounds always very easy, but it's not easy at all. I think you need many years of training, many years of practicing. How do you practice today to stay inside that universe of playing like you play? And do you need a lot of power, of force to play? Even you play the Fender Rhodes or the grand piano, you always need a little bit of extra power to make the thing make sound. I just give you an example. I think 2 years ago I talked with a colleague of you, Peter Beats, and he told me that he can maybe destroy my knee with just one finger. Could you destroy my knee, one of them, also with one of your fingers?
Well, as much I would love to say that I can, I doubt it. I doubt it very much. My fingers aren't really that big, especially my pinky. It's just sad. But yeah, I mean, power. I would say it's just more about the touch. The touch of is it delicate, or do you want to do it more roughly? Is it more staccato or legato, or I think it's most about the personality that you have than about making your fingers as muscular as you can. I don't know, that's hard. But yeah, when it comes to me playing piano, mostly after the debut album has been published, mostly my piano playing has been during the gigs or during other musical projects, or then doing more like new tunes, composing. So it's not that much anymore about technical aspects. Of course, I will never forget those. I should always keep going. But right now, the time usually goes with composing and doing the concerts.
Okay. Well, do you have a favorite brand of pianos you really love to play on?
I've been thinking about it, but I can't really say. I like Yamaha, I like Steinway and Sons. With the electric keyboards, I like Roland. But I can't say that there would be one favorite. I'm usually very happy what I get,
Yeah.
especially if it's an acoustic one.
Well, when you give concerts in different places, in different cities, and different clubs, maybe they always have different kind of pianos.
Mm-hmm.
How do you organize that? Do you ask them you want to have a specific piano, or how is that going?
I try to always organize the gigs in places where they have acoustic piano, because when we are playing our original music, then usually the acoustic sound is very important for us. But again, I wouldn't say that we're in a place that we could start to tell the venues what to get to and whatnot. So I think it's mostly about us playing well together than what are the tools for that.
Okay, good. Well, you studied pop and classical music in Finland, and later you switched to the Prince Claus Conservatorium in Groningen, where you studied piano. I think piano and composing at the in the jazz department. There you had teachers, even coming from New York, but also here from Holland. Teachers like Mark van Roon, like Adam Nussbaum, the drummer, like Matt Wilson also, Spike Wilner, the singer Deborah Brown, David Bergman, and also Kevin Hayes. Can you please tell me what you learned from them, or from specific someone who was very important for you in that period?
The biggest influence for me was probably there was a few. Adam Nussbaum, he's a really great guy. I love him. One thing that is stuck in my mind, what he said, and probably he has heard it from somewhere else, was don't be too hip, because two hips make an ass. I think that was a wonderful sentence and a reminder. And also Deborah Brown told our class that that don't think that it's about you, that it's never about you, it's about the music that is created. And Mark van Roon, also he kinda taught me the peace of playing. Because when I came to Groningen as an exchange student, I hadn't done almost none jazz before that. So it was really something completely new to me, and I was a bit scared, and there was so many other people who had done that so much more. And when there's teachers coming from US, that's also one new aspect to kind of get a bit more tight about it. But yeah, I learned a lot during that year, and from those 3 teachers I got really good advices.
Mm-hmm. And do you still think that you have something of their spirit in the music you play today?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not really nervous to play to other people or playing gigs or concerts, just because of mostly what Deborah Brown has said and what also Mark van Roon has taught. That it's really relieving idea to think that it is not about you. It's about, like, keep your ears open, do what you love, do it with the people that you love, but don't be egocentric. It's not really about you. It's more about getting a connection with the people that you're playing and with the audience.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your album Second Spring, that you released this April this year, 2018. For my idea, it's a very impressive album in different ways. You are inspired of so-called Nordic jazz and also Scandinavian folk music melodies. What do you love about these melodies?
Their simplicity, and because of that, the very straight and honest feeling and emotions that they can give you. It is not about how hard it is to play them, or you have to be really educated to be able to listen them. It's pure. It's very easily enjoyable, at least for me.
And why are they so important that they became a part of your musical soul?
Because they are very much already in me, since I feel myself very Finnish, since I have lived for so long in Finland. Those are my roots. Those are in me already, and I don't feel like I want to change them. At least not right now.
Okay. Well, in your CD, I hear a lot of space. Anything is very clear, even crystal clear for my idea, what is a big surprise for me. And you take, for my idea, a lot of time. So you are not in a rush. Can you tell me what space means to you and what means time for you?
Space and time gives you the peace to think and to enjoy the silence or the pause. It gives you that split second or a split time to have your own thoughts. Like it's a break from all the time getting information, but actually kind of looking inside of yourself.
Okay. And can you tell me how you understand beauty?
Passion is beauty. Always. I think passion is always beautiful. It's the energy that drives people to do better, to focus more, to maybe change themselves or change the world. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me what improvising means to you? I listen in your CD, you are also improvising music. What is that for you musically to improvise, and how does it work for you?
Improvising is again a tool for me, especially on this record, Second Spring, to just give peace of my mind to the listeners. It is not busy improvising. It's not technically really hard, but it's mostly it tells the stories that are on my mind at that time.
Well, just let's talk a little bit again about the CD. The first track for me was really like a statement, I can say. And I think not just for me, you hear that a lot. There we have Hilde Landsman as a vocalizer, and she is singing something in Sami. Can you tell me what your connection is with the Sami?
My connection to Hilde Landsman was mostly that when I did this song called Tunturi. Tunturi is the northern hills high in the north of Lapland, where Hilda actually is from, since she's Same herself. And I thought that she could be the one who get the real atmosphere to that song. And we gave it a shot, and she did an amazing job. I love it. I love her. I love everything that she's doing there. Myself, I don't have that much more a connection with Same people, since it's completely different culture in every way. But I'm extremely interested in all of the things that they are doing, about the culture, about their music.
Okay. Well, your band is called the Aurora Hentunen Quartet. That means you are the boss. Well, can you tell me how this is working inside this company, well, this quartet, this band, also composition-wise? Do you compose all the instruments, like the bass, the drums, the saxophone, if there is a saxophone, or the trumpet or the voice? Or is it also possible that other band members contribute ideas? How is this working in your company?
Mhm. I think it's very important for us to have a good feeling inside the band, and the feeling that you can say whatever is on your mind. So I try for their sake and to spare some time to have as clear picture in my mind of what I want them to play or how I want them to sound like. But since I'm not professional on trumpet, nor bass, nor drums, it's also very important for me to hear how they are thinking about it. And until this time I've been really happy how they also give their ideas. We try a little bit stuff out, and yeah, we basically arrange quite much together. Quite much, yeah.
Okay. And do you know how your band see you as a boss?
Well, what they tell me is that they like how I arrange stuff. But yeah, we are very honest with each other. The drummer Ville has been one of my best friends for a decade already. And me and Veli know each other, the bass player, know each other for years. And also with Joona we have been very close for years. So we know each other very well. We are very honest with each other. And yeah, they seem to like that everything is as organized as it can be, and they are, with their words, they are happy how much I work for our music. So
Okay, good.
that's what I can say.
Well, your sound is somehow also kind of minimalistic, which is simple and which is also beautiful. When did you found your sound? When did you realize that this is your sound? This is the way how you want to play music?
Well, I like all different kind of music. I like classical music, I like rock music, pop music, and jazz, all kinds of jazz. But maybe the time when, because of the school, I needed to learn more and more bebop tunes. That was maybe the time for me to see that I couldn't really find that in myself, that it was more about ballads, or more about some clearer and with more space, with more time, that I could find myself enjoying more. And especially with Second Spring, it was also because of the time that, because of my father passed away, there isn't really any moment that there would have been something really driving me to that really up-tempo feeling, or really happy or enjoying happy music. So that also plays a really big role in it. That's also why there's very delicate sound and very spacious. Yeah.
Okay, well, just in general, can you tell me what the most perfect sound is for you? It can be anything.
I like the sound of a forest or of the lake when there's a dog and you're just sitting there quietly with no other noises, that you can hear the water, you can hear the birds, you can hear the forest next to the lake, and the leaves, all the small noises that the animals are doing. That's what I think is the most beautiful sound to me.
Yeah. Can you tell me how the recording went with Second Spring? I can imagine when you play in a recording studio, it's a totally different approach than when you play at home or when you play a concert. And can you also tell me why you call it the Second Spring?
Well, the Second Spring name comes because two things. It was the most important thing is that it was the second spring after my father passed away. So it was kind of healing process as well. It's kind of like a name that gave some hope that the worst is over and little by little it's getting better. But also it was the second spring that I was living in Amsterdam. So that's also one aspect of the name. What comes to the recording session, it was quite hard. I had some troubles or problems with my private life at that time, and it had been so exhausting year. So we recorded at the start of December or the Christmas holiday. Yeah, the Christmas holiday. Only I think it was like 19th or 20th of December, so just before Christmas. And I was really exhausted in every single way. I didn't have energy at all. I was scared that can we make this happen even. And not only that, but also most of our band was extremely sick. so they had really bad fever or coughing or whatever. They had really bad cold. So it was really it wasn't the easiest studio time that we've had, but we made it happen. I'm really glad how it turned out.
Good. Well, I have a question about composing. What is essential for you to have in a composition? Just when you look at the CD you just made, inside that. And then I want to know how you start composing. Is there some kind of ritual you have to follow? Then I also want to know where you put your ideas, maybe. Do you have notebooks? Do you have a phone? Do you sing into a phone, a melody? Can you tell me a little bit about that process?
Oh wow, so many questions. Where do I start? Kind of the most important thing for me when I'm doing new music is that you can hear that it is mine, or that I've been doing it, but also that it is different from the rest of them. That there is always something new in a tune, but not that it would be completely from a different time or zone. And it really is always a different way when I do them. There's a lot files on my phone. Yes, that's right. That's why I'm always so scared that I will lose my phone, because all the ideas are there. Since it goes so fast. If I'm sitting on a piano just before the gig starts or just before recording and I'm just trying out something, then maybe there is now coming an idea that is like, hey, that could be an idea for a new tune. So I have to really quickly record it, the 15 seconds of it, and then again put the phone back to the place where I was. Also I sing the melodies not as much right now as I did for the debut album. But yeah, also I'm trying to learn a lot of new stuff, how to compose, how to do different things. Because for my second album, I wanted to be different, not too much, but again so that it wouldn't be again Second Spring.